Alright. Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa 2 here. Let's do the class trial. Yep, just don't need more skills. Let's do the class trial. Alright.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Is that a plus on Macon?
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go! Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
Why is the main ingredient talking?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is.
Sort of believe that. With your very monotone
I'm
voice.
definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
There you go.
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
Yeah, very true.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower for Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning? Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
I mean, we're in the same...
Imbecile!
floor.
I am not some woman with flexible legs.
I mean... alright.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to
All
run
right,
into
I
each
have
other on the
lost the
first floor of
plot.
Grape House. We went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I
Right.
recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
Yeah, a girl would never commit murder.
One of you better
Jeez.
hurry up and confess!
I mean, just ask
or
Miko.
I'll break all of you in
Like-
half!
She definitely
You're the
would kill
coolest one
girls.
here.
Jeez.
Now. Enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Is notwithstanding one word? Really?
Then let's start with something even Miss
I hate
Sonia
this
can
language.
understand. The weapon. Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
I would agree. No, I don't also obviously agree.
What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably, well, the pillar.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime!
That pillar, huh?
Yeah,
No, the hammer!
the hammer.
The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
The new-looking hammer.
No, that's wrong!
The new-looking hammer's the murder weapon.
No, I can't
Why
accept
must
that
the
hammer was
first
the murder weapon.
bullet time battle of this
Why
world
not? Why can't you accept it?
be so painfully obvious or non-stop debate?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Why would they do that?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother
Okay.
cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Baby gangsta? Me?
Just so y'all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Yeah, that's
I
what
thought
that
maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
was. Yeah, jeez. What a shame that would be.
was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
I would agree with that. The actual weapon has oil on it. But if it's something at the crime scene that had oil on it, it'd be the broken pillar.
See!
The problem
The
with
only
that,
thing with
though,
oil
is the
on
pillar
it
fell
is that
before
broken pillar.
Nekomaru did.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
It's no use to barely budging. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty frickin' heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
What, Nekomaru?
Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So,
Okay.
he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid. He ain't
Well, if
the
he
type
did
to commit
that-
suicide.
He would have done it a completely
And
different
even
way.
if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. That word. Suicide. By the way, the fourth murder at the Killian school life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh. No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way
But that's a
Nekomaru
problem.
committed suicide.
If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Pillar fragments. Because the fragments are beneath the body.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted,
Therefore, the pillar
beating
fell
him with
first.
it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
I would agree with that.
Sonia, you go, girl. I'm getting hella excited.
Woo! Alright, the killer murdered Nekomaru by tipping over that pillar. Is that really it?
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar?
No, that's wrong! If If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body.
Right.
There weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we? There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask
Sure.
you, what way is that?
You guys, the same as usual. You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Hey, Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
Not sure I'd call
So,
it a thing.
Nagito
but...
knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
I mean,
We've seen
sure.
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon!
Yes. You and your 4 Dark Devas.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon!
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 Dark Devas of destruction.
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Cut the bullshit and
Nice.
say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
Huh? The
Okay.
secret of the funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Yet, we're the two that are gonna
Except for
solve this.
Hajime?
If we make it out
Because
of this,
no one else knows
I'll
bloody
explain it to you
anything.
guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse.
Congratulations. You've done it.
Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in
Right.
actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower.
Right.
It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Sure.
Not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
The 2 houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I had to find proof that completely contradicts that. But they are the same building. But they are the same building.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape
Strange-
Tower.
Hold on. Regardless whether you enter the tower from Grape Hall or Strawberry Hall, then place Nekomaru's body, the pillar tip over, oil stains. Everything's exactly the same. Why is that strange feeling? I mean, that's what we're gonna need to use here, but why is that strange feeling? Rather than, hey, the rooms look exactly the same. Or, hey, they are the exact same room.
Are actually the exact same place.
Yeah,
So that's the secret of the
they are the
funhouse.
exact same place.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place.
But they
I mean, the
are.
walls are different colors. And the designs
Okay.
on the floor are also different.
We've already
I
settled
guess
this
it's
problem.
weird, but
Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
this whole time I'm thinking these two towers are the same building, but if that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
They are.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place.
But they
I mean, the
literally
walls are
I mean,
different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
this whole time I've been thinking these two towers are the same building, but if that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact.
No, that's wrong!
But they are the same place.
Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Yes. I mean, we don't know this yet because we haven't discovered it yet, but I mean, it's the same tower. It's not organized in the structure that they're saying it is. In that, I'm sure that'll be revealed at some point. But it is the same tower. It's the same
Why are you
place.
asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my
Hence why
kingdom
everything
destroyed
was
your
exactly
homeland?
the same once we entered it. What?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of
What did
rebellion.
you just say?
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall.
Right.
But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
Right. So how do you think the buildings should be arranged, Hajime?
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something.
I mean, that's the best answer
If
I've
it
heard
is,
so
then
far.
see?
It's not far
that
off.
means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
I like how that's the simple answer.
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down.
Thank you. Why?
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
Are you insane?
Well, we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
Chain, wire, broken doorknob?
There are many
Okay.
different ways. The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Oh, I'm out of cuts.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
I'm still out of cuts? Really?
There are many different ways.
Okay.
The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Come on.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing. There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Thank you. Alright.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene? He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
Everything at the crime scene. No, it's definitely hold what she just said. I need to show her the evidence that contradicts that. Well, what? I mean, chain was locked going to Strawberry Tower from Grape Tower. I mean, I guess we're gonna say that we can remove the lock, so sure. Wire. I mean, if we're gonna say in this reality that you can move the body, then yeah, you can move the wire. What else is there?
It seems you have forgotten.
Broken
Monokuma
doorknob,
is
door
surprisingly
pillar.
strong.
Broken doorknob, tip over pillar. One of the doorknobs from the far back door of Strawberry House is missing. It could be that. I mean, if we can move Nekomaru, sure, why couldn't we move Pillar?
Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear.
You probably can't move oil, can you?
The pillar, the body, everything at the
Allow me to cut through
There we
those
go.
words.
Okay.
Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible
It's
to
not
move
possible.
the oil
Don't
on
even
the floor.
entertain the idea.
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I mean, it's impossible from the very beginning
I
for
am
that
terribly sorry.
argument.
I cannot believe I got so fired up.
You should be. That was
It's all
terrible.
right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
They are.
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
Mystery ties his secret to the funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery because apparently we don't listen to Nagito. Even though he told us the elevator that goes from Grape House to Strawberry House rotates 180 degrees. And man, I wonder how that could happen. The only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has clues, and you know, more than one brain cell.
Hey, Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up.
Please, tell us how the elevator
Fine.
works.
I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say all of a sudden? Did
But
something
how
happen
do
to
we
him?
know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that.
Well, he wouldn't be the only one who knows it. The killer obviously knows
The
it.
reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
He performed the action in order to learn the secret. Who are you talking about? Well, the life-threatening game.
I see!
The death room or whatever.
You're talking about the final dead room, right?
Yeah.
You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you.
How are you
At an
gonna show
opportune
this to
time,
us?
I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
Sure you did.
You took a picture?
Yep,
Nagito grinned creepily as he drew a small digital
See?
camera from his inner pocket.
this is it.
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Lots of things that
Then
don't make
let's
sense in this
begin.
picture.
Shall I call it thinking time?
Alright. What? What doesn't make sense in this picture? Well, first of all... Okay, so here's the hallway. And this goes to Strawberry and Grape Tower. That's Strawberry and Grape Tower. So... everything else is the forest. If we're on the first floor of a building, why are we at the top of trees?
Here! You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
I see. And is that it?
Not just a lot of things don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. Well, There's not a building back here. Because if they want it to be as a structure they're saying, which it's obviously not, never even remotely even made sense that way, we'd have a building here, we'd go to a hallway, to the tower, and we'd go out a hallway, and into a building that should be like right out here. Sure.
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle. Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thing.
What?
Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student.
Which is why Hajime is gonna solve it, while everyone else stands there and stares at Nagito.
Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
Indeed. The other clue? Oh, I was thinking about the experiment we ran where the compass rotated 180 degrees, and that's how you know that the elevator goes around the building, but whatever. Alright. Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. How'd you even come here? Maybe I
You're
teleported.
referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already.
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Was that thing just now another hint to figuring out this mystery behind the funhouse structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor, using the photo he took, I'm sure we'll find out the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Logic dive, alright. Question 1. Do the houses exist? Oh boy. Really? That's the first question. Question 2. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building? Same building. How are Strawberry House and Grape House position each other? Vertically. Because they're on top of each other. There we go.
It's all coming together! Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
Well, I mean, at least 6 stories. Technically, it could be a
Think
30-story
about
building.
it like that. Based on Nagito's picture, it's
I
clear
based on
where
how tall the
Strawberry House
tower
is located.
was. It wouldn't surprise me if there's floors on top of this. Where's Strawberry House located? Above Grape House.
I see! On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Not sure why the word above is in there, but
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
oh really? It wasn't painfully obvious?
What about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd! Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape
Yeah.
Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building.
What kind of question is that?
Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
Right.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Alright. I believe in you, Soda.
Oh,
You got this.
I see. Do whatever you like.
I'll
Nice.
definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Yes. Senpai will notice him. Don't say something stupid.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
I mean, honestly, Gundam
No
explanation.
fair! You totally stole my
It
spotlight!
was better.
So which one was the fake body?
At least he made
Shut
that
up! Just pick
terrible
one of
answer.
them.
Makes sense. A dummy. What?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually
Good
a
night, Papa.
dummy.
Hold on. What do we have here?
You mean a fake
Monokuma
body?
file? What's the Monokuma file? The victim is Mechamaru after his robotic transformation. His body is discovered in the Grape Tower. His body is severe damage from repair, so that shall be considered the cause of death. The limbs were designed to be detachable, so I'm pretty sure Monokuma said that he only made one body. And I don't think anybody that's not Monokuma could make that body. So, I'm not sure you create a dummy there, but technically I guess that's possible. Water doesn't help. Good night button doesn't help. Oh, on the floor doesn't help. Pillar prod doesn't help. Okay. $5:30 AM, the alarm went off. Now I didn't hear it. Again, that doesn't matter. Do none of them disprove that?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
A dummy of Mechamaru's body existed. Does that mean the kill occurred in advance? But it's like saying impossible. No.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake
It's a
body?
dummy.
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
I'm gonna throw
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
There's no way that's right, but...
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Damn it! I'm gonna solve this
But
mystery in a
what?
flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
Shut up, just pick one of them. Well, based on the fact we got the, body story announcement went, Grape Tower, it would be the one in Strawberry Tower, even though it's a bloody elevator. But...
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
Nope. Okay. So how do I disprove that?
Damn it! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up,
Sure you
dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to
Mechanical
construct
body.
a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical
Door
body.
pillar?
It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
Because
You're magnificent,
where are you getting that
Gundam!
second pillar from?
No fair! You totally stole
Granted, where
my
are you getting the parts
spotlight!
to put a body together
So
from?
which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was
No, that's wrong! Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Which is why we use Kazuchi's account for that one, right?
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Not just that. The parts that I could arrange by some of the body all move too.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
I mean, sure.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed.
However,
Yes.
even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
Nope, none comes to mind. A device like that, a device that transports things to different floors in the same building. I feel like I've seen that before. Alright, how do I spell elevator? Oh boy. It's EL? Oh boy. Oh boy. I hate this minigame so much. I'm gonna say EV. It'd be nice if I knew the English language, but I quite clearly do not. Okay. A-T... Is it O-R or E-R? I'm gonna go with O-R, because that's what I'm getting. I got it! Okay.
must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell
Yes.
is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself.
What? Like,
The inside of the tower is one big elevator,
why did you spell every bloody thing out here?
which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
To create the false illusion that
And a
the
picture of a
rooms
grape
were
on the far
connected.
back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact that they all moved the elevator. The one thing these all have in common are... they're on the floor,
I see!
like an elevator.
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
And?
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
There's something unique about the elevator. I don't know if it's ceiling or not, but I would agree that only the floor moves.
So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Yeah, they're almost certainly just painted on.
Just for show. Why was something like that necessary?
To create the illusion
So
of
we
the
falsely
funhouse.
believed that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, Monami?
Don't blame this
Yes.
on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Alright then.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Exact. Probably use spare parts for that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's coming to the chain outside that door? Chain? The door that leads to the Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. You fix the button Strawberry Hall side, the door will open as long as the chain is there. You don't even remember that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
Well, then you're gonna learn about the
It would have
ultimate
been
weapon.
a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a
No,
contradiction
we're not.
concerning the building
Oh, we're gonna
structure.
play snail's pace.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely didn't forget about that matter, and it goes 180 degrees. It goes from Strawberry House, and it rotates around the building, to Grape House.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I agree. Can any of you read? If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower's on my right. And my back's facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower's on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? Well, it's gonna be Nagito's experiment, which is Kazuichi's account.
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Is that not a contradiction?
Damn it!
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
Hey, give me the vertical one.
However,
I guess
at
I'll let it
both
play out.
houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means
Oh,
your
well,
reasoning.
Obviously,
It's clearly
I jumped that way too
contradictory.
early.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
Yeah, so it's vertically. Okay.
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's
Thank you.
wrong. The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that
Yeah,
Koba's
win,
Nagi
Miss
baby,
Sonia.
right?
You can do it.
Oh, that.
I believe in you.
Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Where do you think we
Well,
are?
a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building
you.
doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
What an octagon means. Oh my god.
I see!
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
It's an octagon. I'm pretty sure you could ask a 7-year-old, and they would tell you how many sides an octagon has.
Guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
The place befitting the name Octagon is probably... Now this is a good question. I'm gonna say here?
Here! You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
Yeah, because you gain 3 edges, but you lose 1 edge, so... 6 minus 1
That's
plus 3 is
basically
8.
the gist of it.
Yeah.
The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's
Not
a little
necessarily.
different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse, which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery. and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
The funhouse true identity of the ultimate weapon. What does that mean? And how did the killer use that to murder Mechamaru? And who is the killer that did that? Oh, we're already at the halfway point. Okay.
Hiya!
Hi, hello there. I thought a new bat would come on me. What? I can already tell I'll be pleased by this. Let me say what right away. No more used to insults and slander. There's no way I get hurt by a mere word. Monmi is seriously chaflanty. That's a much more straightforward than I expected. Stuff fatly, huh? That's not it. That's not at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack. Incorporating all three of these words to me. Ta-da! Stupid, fat, and ugly. Huh? Why is the word fat hidden in
everyone,
there?
all together now! Monami is a serious stupfatly.
Alright, these Monokuma theaters are something else in this game.
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. Ugh, my heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Oh, don't worry, that's happened at least 3 times
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Nice.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mechamaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
I mean, he's no Kokichi. He
What happened
doesn't
to the
lie.
bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Yeah, because no one here matters.
I'm
Yes.
disappointed too, you know? If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
That is the perfect response
Just so
to
you
that.
know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
No, I know. As usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no
Anyway,
idea if he's serious or
If the
not.
killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Mechamaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So, what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Gravity.
I see! That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you
Yeah.
forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I can reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. The goodnight button, I'd imagine. Contact help? No.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
Right.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then,
Also
how
shove the
about
victim
this?
up from there.
After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong! That sensor should only work if something is moving.
Yeah.
If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
A way to create a drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Shaku's got an idea, but what way could that be? Yeah, the wire. Because the chain's on the door, the wire is on its feet.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
The hammer
Isn't
is
it about time we went over the pillar again?
The pillar
What about
again.
the oil on the floor?
Oil on the
The doorknob
floor.
on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Why couldn't I grab the...
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Oh, right, you can't grab agree statements. I knew that. If Nekomaru's inside the elevator, how can you create a difference in elevation?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
It's gotta be the wire.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
Or cause a drop
That arrangement is...
and the...
The hammer is
handle?
suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor is...
I'll try this. If this doesn't work, we'll grab the...
I agree with that.
The that was work. I was gonna grab the
Didn't the doorknob have
statement where
scrape marks on it?
you call us drop with the door handle because you are.
That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
Oh no. I know where this is going.
You
Aww.
better not finish that sentence.
Yeah, just like Smurry.
The killer took
and not
advantage of
Ibuki.
the elevator's unique feature.
Oh,
only
no.
the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Aww. Alright, what we gotta argue
So
here?
what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Broken doorknob, I'd imagine.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push. There's no way they could do that.
Oh, amount of cuts.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Right.
If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do... Now's the time, but in that case... You still won't be able to moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
Hold on. Thanks to Kazuchi, I figured out how the killer might drop Nekomaru. Alright, if I use that evidence, I should be able to break through Kazuchi's remarks too.
Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you want to take back that sleep mode, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
What's tipped over elevator? Or tipped over pillar? One of the pillars on the side of Dora's gate was tipped over. The damaged area of the pillar was also stained. It was okay.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Pillar.
Nekomaru should have
Fell
still
on
been
his
in
own
sleep
door
mode,
pillar.
right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to... Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to... Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
Oh, retreat. Oh no.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off.
Alright, let's try it again.
It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Nope.
Crap!
Alright.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
I mean, yeah,
If he was
should've been
sleeping, there's no
mode.
way he could do
Sleep
that. Now's the time. But in that
So, I guess we're gonna
case, you
say the
still won't be
broken
able
door
to
handle.
explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
Guess I overthought it.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
No.
Crap. What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Nekomaru fell on his own?
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru in is just impossible. End of story.
Why do I think it's a new looking hammer? That doesn't make any sense, though. Because in my mind, the door handle broke. Unless he used the broken hammer to, or the new hammer to break the broken doorknob. I guess that's feasible. I wouldn't think so. What else do we have?
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Nekomaru uses his alarm to recover from sleep mode. The clock's arms are stopped around 7:30 a.m. and the alarm was set to 7:30 as well. Now it's time of death, right? 7:30? Well, yeah, of course that's time. That's his time of death, because that's when the clock broke. Because it still said 7:30. Therefore, it timed it to 7:30. Yeah. So this.
If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself.
Try it again.
Now's the time if you want to take that. But in that case, you still won't be
Oh,
able
I
to
gotta
explain
not-
that moving the elevator is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode.
Allow me
There
to
we
cut
go.
through those words.
Okay.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
Probably.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make it fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Probably, but I don't think it matters.
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. That's the reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power! Ooh! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... Clatter, 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 clatter. Not yet. Here comes the incredible strength of 1,000,000 horsepower. Grow! Oh, wait, it isn't creaking. If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that was really what it was, then that's the clue
I
Nekomaru
see.
left for us to find.
So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy. He gets off on this.
You're just not
So
noticing
thanks
that?
to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It does mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was, well, he collided at the pillar.
I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
Yep.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't joke with time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to break into this contradiction. Whose account said they heard the clash at 5:30? Fuyiko? I thought it was,
We headed for Grape
I forget her
Tower.
name. Akane. Yeah, it was Akane. So it's not Akane's account.
Before
I mean,
7
radio
a.m., I
clock?
am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Right.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably meant...
I'm ready for it.
No, that's wrong!
Didn't even need to read it. I knew where that was going.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock
With
Miss
that
Sonia
clock.
saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No.
Yep.
I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. A logic dive. Okay, I thought it was gonna be Hangman's Gambit. I got scared there. Question 1. What did Hajime and others misunderstand? The time in the building. Question 2. Which clocks tamper with? The building's clocks. Alright. Nope, I didn't hit the jump button apparently. Alright, I don't know how to jump, I guess. There we go, question 3. Which house at the wrong time? Both houses. Alright.
It's all coming together! You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
I think you know the answer to that. She's right, that's the main problem. And they clarify how much time was, how much the time was off after the kid messed the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna reach truth in one go. Alright, now can we do June's account or Connor's account or whatever her name is? Yeah.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Right.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the
Sound when you fall.
I agree with that! That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
rumbling.
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
If that rumbling sound was heard at 5:30 a.m., what's 7 minus 5?
I see!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows.
I mean,
there weren't any Monokuma
doesn't matter if you're starving or
announcements
not.
either.
If you trap yourself in a room with no reference to the outside world, you will lose your biological clock very quickly. You will lose track of time. Not instantly, but like within a couple hours, more or less. Because yeah, like not having any communication outside world, your body will get completely out of sync.
However, for what
Very
reason did
quickly.
the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out
If you
only
messed with
Nekomaru.
the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides missing that time, the killer also used a specific thing. Well, it's be the Monokuma Tai Chi.
I see!
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to
there.
go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early! He didn't even ask you yet!
Jeez, how outrageous! I was expecting everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi, but it turned out, at least after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Aw, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong!
Sure.
Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
Sure
That's
you
not
are.
it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Hey,
Huh?
why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Gundam. Right? Nope. Alright.
Crap!
So, who doesn't have an alibi? Is it Nagito? I can't pull up the, chart thing. Or the, e-handbook. Sure. Is it you, Nagito?
You're the only one!
Okay.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
You couldn't.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me.
Were they both in the super luxury
It is
rooms?
obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House,
I know she was. I'm not sure about Nagito.
but I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that
Well, they
not
drew
strange?
straws, right?
I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me
Yeah.
too.
And she also has a super luxury room.
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is, what do these three have in common? Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh, I don't know what the rooms are called. Luxury? No. Oh, I don't know what it's called. I can't pull up the handbook. It's the amazing room, deluxe room. I don't know, deluxe. That's what I've just learned. Oh boy, okay. Alright, how do you spell deluxe? It's gotta be you, right? D-U... D-L? No, I think I tried that. Wait, D... starting to think it's the second letter is an E. Let's try the U. Cool, so I have no idea how to locks. This is going well. What? Whatever. Okay. L. I'm pretty sure X is the last letter, but given the frequency of the letter X, let's just try it. It's not. Is it E? Oh, boy. Well, at least it's just room. I hate this minigame so much. What did that hit? This is the worst minigame. Oh, come on. Oh, there goes the S. There goes all 3 S's. Cool. Oh, this is just terrible. I almost ran out of time, too.
Got it!
What a terrible minigame.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki, the 3 of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest room is provided by quality grade. The deluxe room is a sound room. Has excellent installation. The standard room may have so-so installation, but still pretty decent. And the current rooms have severe headphone draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Well, they heard the sound,
Why?
and they were in a deluxe room.
That fact just now is a very important clue. And a
Decisive factor?
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Now we can select Gundam.
You're the only one!
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing. If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with a wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing? This ruckus is louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for sacrifice. Hey, how can I make all this noise all of a sudden?
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
how math works.
Your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Don't you have a bathroom in that
That's
room?
all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible
Actually,
timing
where
on my
is the
part.
bathroom on? Like, it's just one on the
I
first
see.
floor.
You're still
Reach the
holding
buildings.
out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
him!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption.
Don't make me play the bullet time battle or the panic
In
talk
fact,
action or
I
whatever
shall
it's
deny
called
the
now.
very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as contradiction. That can't be overcome. Okay, we're not at the panic talk action yet. What's contact elevator?
That elevator was...
The contact elevator used to move between both houses was broken and no longer worked. It was apparently broken at the Grape House side, so the last person to use it would have arrived at Grape House. Okay.
the only means of travel between the two houses.
The only means of
As
travel.
long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was
Well,
a
they don't
secret
accomplish.
passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me?
I agree with.
Why don't we stop this already?
A contradiction is when something is obviously wrong. There's no contradiction I can shoot through. I'm gonna find out what that is for the sake of everyone's hope. I'll shoot the contradictions. That's not
That
helpful.
elevator was
What do we have?
the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken,
What's... No, it's not
your
pretty good
assumption
count.
collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Well, they don't accomplish.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the two.
There we
No,
go.
that's wrong!
Same thing Nagito used.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Whiny, you're making me suck
You're the
Nagito.
only one!
I thought that would inherently obvious,
Nagito,
but I guess not.
You should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down... Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning, the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame! However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
What, was he both blind and
There's
deaf?
no way they didn't know.
I thought you had 10
That
years.
is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry! You wouldn't like me when I'm angry!
Alright.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
What is
Provided
this?
you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
This is gonna be.
Even
this is
if
gonna
the
be hard.
turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Alright.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion.
Oh boy.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I thought we were getting there.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down!
With X? Hey, okay. Oh my god, what's the sign?
Even if the turbid box
All
doesn't
right.
exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down!
Thank you. Alright,
I already
we play
proved the
video
secret
game again.
passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
He probably means try to prevent evidence that the killer went to the octagon. I mean, the hammer, the wire...
Know the limits of your own reasoning!
The chain...
You say the killer went to the octagon.
Literally everything.
Don't bark, you cur! If you don't, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
I thought I was gonna retreat.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blood.
Allow me to cut through those words.
I feel like everything would work there. I mean, the wire, the chain,
The wire
the hammer.
used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon. And the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey!
Please go for it.
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
Yeah, please do.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult. if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really want a minute, eh? Then just requested. I'll probably an argument that leaves you no choice but to be persuaded. No! No!
I won't let you!
Oh, boy.
For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
My...
Wither! Crushed as David prophesied!
Alright.
For the Tanaka Empire!
Fever time, absolutely.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
In fact, I don't know if this game's win without fever
It's
time.
Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
The 4 Dark Divas of
This is the end! Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course it'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
In misery of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through, Supernova Silver Fox Sandy. Press the button. Ha! Truly, this is the Skyline animation art of the Demon Mouse. Ha! Soon, the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Oh, we do have to do this. I thought Naito was gonna do this for us. Alright, what we got? Alarm set 5:30 a.m. It's 2:40 right now. What? Who was in the lounge? Fuyuko can't sleep, so I would agree with that one. Okay. What time did Fuyuko see Nekomaru? What? 5. So it's not that one. That's the contact elevator. Killer destroyed what leaving the tower? No. Well, so when did you do the contact elevator? I mean, maybe? Sure. Alright. Nekomaru's weakness would be the button back of his head. That's not here. The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. I mean, I would agree with that. Okay. So it's not that one, because that's there. The fake weapon with the hammer. I would agree with that. Okay. We've got the lounge. That'd be everybody. Yep. The killer destroyed what leaving the tower? I mean... Who else is left? Is that it? Is it just that one? Or I guess these two. So Nekomaru's weakness. Oh, I didn't see this page. Well, everybody heard the rumbling noise. We've used that one there, so it's gonna be us. There we go, last stock, okay. The killer destroyed what leaving the tower? Okay. And then Nekomaru's weakness, the hammer Preston.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final deck. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
All right.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
All right. I'll take it. Cool.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Ow! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Yay! Woo! Yay! All right. You've had bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys are correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes, it's a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was
Nice!
Gundam Tanaka. Yeah, I saw that by my tongue.
Now then,
Now decide who the killer is. Let's do the execution and get this over with already. Hold on. It's true that the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident's over. We can't finish it until we've heard it from Gundam. No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
My tears.
Why do you want to talk to the one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for you to say anything. Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct.
Pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake.
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. There is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost. And died.
Damn it!
Lost and died.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that. What do you mean? Explain. Fine then. Then I shall
Let's
reveal
make
it all.
history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret to the funhouse. I devised a killing plan, utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say, I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent, and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been so easy to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death. A fight that risked life and death?
This.
He was so serious. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, was devoured by myself. Nobody knew that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing. Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it's still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you. However, I must say this. What is the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die? There is nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, tell me just wait till we starve to death? No, I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. To me, you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone's been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
You will die!
Giving up on life. That is just an insult to life itself. Have you fools ever heard of the term dog eat dog? I'm not talking about that weird show that was on like NBC or whatever for like 2 seasons or whatnot. I'm talking about the actual term dog eat dog. Like cannibalism? Also, a show? What kind of show would that even be?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures, at some point in their lifespan, engage in
Listen
cannibalism.
well!
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life
I shall
itself?
engulf this world.
If a world were considered that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but blasphemy to life.
You.
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity. Isn't that just what you did? It sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why he fought, right?
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Oh, my...
But even so, do you not think it's a better alternative to do you think it's a better alternative to slowly starve to death here? That belief is why you committed your crime? Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the rush roulette
Let's
too?
make history.
Ha! Unlike Nagito, I did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's because you unexpectedly admitted to your crime without much resistance. Gundam? Don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I cannot believe you would ask such a
My
foolish
name
question.
is Gundam
Who do you think I am?
Tanaka.
I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all of mankind. There is no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you
Fade
fools.
like dust
Not
in
in a
wind.
million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 million years. In the name of Pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? No, let's leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of the foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us
Yes,
begin.
indeed.
Yeah, got it. I prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. This is too much. Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam. Miss Sonia.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act of unrefined as stopping a man from going into his death does not benefit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start reels, right? Yes, I do not mind,
What is
however.
it, my 4 dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared 4 dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Gundam Tanaka Stampede. I couldn't read the rest of it because it was on the screen about 2 seconds. Alright then. Gundam. No! Even after Gundam's gone, the spirit of his parting words still linger deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then, what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something. You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things all ended up like this. You're all full of shit. I'm the last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me. Damn it! Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we gotta do our very best. This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends.
You are right.
If not, Gundam will most likely crawl his way out to hell, and I presume he'll be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of friends who've died, we need to finish this once for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
It's not like he's gonna stand here, just around chatting. The class round's over. So it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, killing and school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you doing this? Seriously, how long does it keep doing this? How long is this gonna continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry up back. Hey! Hold on a sec. That mood shift was too damn
like
fast. Well, you know, it's like Gundam Nekomaru said. I mean, that's what it means to live, right? She is certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving. No, then let's go back and eat. And then, after we're all full, let's sleep as much as we want. And then let's do our best. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trials come to an end, and once again return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished, but despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we are best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, optimism was mostly superficial, but at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming for us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't here. He's still disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Just because I loaded all 6 bullets in the chamber. But thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And for everyone else too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell I was lying. There's no way that file had just Hodge-based information.
Well,
I guess they're just too busy with other matters. Or maybe they'd reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things only get complicated once I found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this. This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once for all.
It's obvious.
My life, for the sake of hope. I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright, Monokuma's arrived.
Now
Who's selling me?
What's this?
Why? Is it the lonely Nagino? Or are you alone
What's the
tonight
matter?
too? So what's up? Your face looks scary. It's like you're filled with this sense of determination. You know, ever since you left that party or whatever. I don't remember Miss Jefferson's lines. Yeah, I've only played that game like 3 or 4 times. And, well, I played like 4 months ago. You expect me to memorize all of Miss Jefferson's lines? I'll remember that I can frame anyone in a dark corner and catch you in a moment of desperation. I see. So you can tell. Personality traitor is. You know me too well. Is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet. I see. So, you don't know, huh? Looks like you're The final showdown. This is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So I'd say anyway, were you gonna confess your love? I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize for the dead room. Oh yeah? What about it? It's information about the 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
Oh, what's
Don't
weird?
even know?
Well, the traits of the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that are created at Hudson Academy, right? That's right. I used stuff that former headmaster spent a long time making. If this file contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hudson Academy?
Who knows?
Hey.
I wonder. Could it be? Is this what you're doing? Did you slip false information in the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? It's my job to heat things up, okay? Is it okay if I do some small things like that, right?
Right.
That's not my point. My point is, you already know the traitor is.
You're
What's
getting
wrong
all
with that?
riled up.
Well, you splendidly correct my when you say I knew the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monmi, after losing her magic stick, the traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Her existence means nothing,
No.
Well, it's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey because they're putting you guys through all this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I did really come here to fight you or anything. Instead, I came to your offer for cooperation, you know?
Hey.
Cooperation? Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? Then, why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please? If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too. However, exchange, I want to know the traitor is. Interesting. Very interesting. Obviously, a big no-no. I mean, I want to make sure everyone in your feel despair. That includes you too. Well, I didn't even say that. Besides, I wouldn't just be able to handle the sadness if you inevitably betray me later on. It's just that thought. He saw right through me. In the situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. Ha! You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason. Against you? What are you talking about? But if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, that they must be extremely unlucky. But just as lucky, right? I mean, the fact that they were involved in something like this. Am I? Actually, I think I'm very lucky.
You don't know?
When you say that coming across this much despair is rather a rare opportunity, I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's just why I have to be one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I will become true hope. I will become the ultimate. I'll come in existence that game called The Ultimate Hope. The cheer you like. You definitely remind me of him. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is that person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, that's my question. If that were the case, if that person on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? Five days remain. And there we go. That's the end of chapter 4. And we're down to 7. cool the hell out of an earring. Alright, awesome. Alright, that's gonna do it for chapter 4 here. I'll see you guys in chapter 5. Until then, peace.